Hi, welcome to the first ever episode of The Man Behind the Mask. I'm your host, Lord Mortious. Alongside me, as always, is the ever-conflicted ultimate antagonist, Charen Tyr.
Hello.
For today's episode, we have two interviews lined up for you. First, I'll be interviewing Charen Tyr. Okay, let's start by asking, alright, tell us about Charen.
Okay, well, Charen is the grandson of Finis Florum, Supreme Chancellor, and ever since he was a young boy, he has been very ambitious, self-confident, and success has always been the number one thing in his life. He believes that is the most important thing. He has been trained both in Jedi and Sith, and has killed every single one of his masters. So he's not a very happy, nice guy.
And that brings me to my next point. A lot of people on the site don't really like Charen. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, yes, I've noticed that. I feel that since they don't like me, I think I've accomplished what I've set out to do. I set out to make Charen this ruthless, tyrannical, horrible, insane guy, and by them hating me, I feel that I've accomplished that.
Well, I'm sure you did, considering you were attacked on Malastare 9 days after you were appointed governor.
Yes.
But anyway, are there any shades of you in Charen?
No, not really at all. Charen is like the opposite of me. I'm a nice guy, despite what most of you probably think. I am nice, and quite the opposite of my character.
Okay, well, since you don't put any of yourself into Charen, where do you get your ideas?
My ideas come from books I read, movies I see, and historical events. A lot of them come from history.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But so describe your relationship between Charen and Brune.
Well, Brune and Charen have a sibling-like relationship, very competitive, yet they still are allies. They still would protect each other until just recently, and now Charen, but that is not Charen's choice. He's dealing with some psychological issues right now, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, except for now, where you have to actually fight with Brune.
Yeah, which he's dealing with it quite well, but Electus is no longer in Charen's mind, is no longer consuming him, so.
Well, with Electus out of the mind of Charen, is there any hope for redemption?
Well, Charen has begun to think differently. He knows what he did in the past was wrong, though he could not control it, and but he also believes that there is no chance of going back to how he was before. He wasn't ever good before, but there's no going back now. He believes that what he is now is what he'll forever be.
Okay, and what about your alt Sierra? She seems to be quite the fighter, as we read in the RP, defeating the men that Electus sent down. But is she more than a henchman?
I think she has the potential to be more than just a henchman. I think she has the potential to lead, and she was taken from bounty hunter to pretty much helping rule a planet and destroying planet. So I think she has adapted quite well to that, and I think she will definitely be able to lead one day.
So any plans or stories that you want to tell all of us?
Well, I'm going to keep that a secret for now. I do have plans, big plans with her, definitely, and I think most of you will be surprised to see what happens.
Alright, so I guess just keep reading.
Yes.
And up next, Charen will interview me, Lord Mortious.
Okay, let's start. Okay, my first question for you is, how much of yourself have you put into your character?
Actually, I put a lot of myself into the character. Mortious is very family-oriented. He's very loyal. He And I mean, like that all goes together. He's very loyal to his family most of all, and his friends. That can be seen in a lot of the reading.
Yes. Is there a situation that, in character situation, that you wish you would have dealt with it differently?
Actually, I mean, like there's a lot of things that Mortious does that I see could have gone a different way, but I actually like the outcome. There is one in particular that was in the first universe where there was going to be a huge battle for Contruum, and ended up signing a peace treaty instead of actually going to war.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, disappointing.
Yes. Your character, he's so very complex, and his mind just works in an amazing way. I'm wondering, is he based off of anyone, or is he your own complex creation?
Actually, no. He's all from my mind, which I'm not quite sure is awesome or scary.
I think it would be a little both. Why does Mortious feel the way he does about the Jedi and Sith?
Well, having been members of both alliances, he really sees them both as weak. He thinks that only through the mastery of both the light and the dark sides of the Force can you truly become as strong as you're meant to be.
Here's a question that I believe we're all wondering: what's up with the mask?
Oh, the mask. That is actually he actually started wearing the mask after an attack on Terrace where his wife Tyra was killed. On Terrace, Tyra was killed by Electus, and what happened was Electus took his claws and scratched across Morty's face, and left him scarred pretty badly. And he wears the mask because every time he sees those scars, it's a constant reminder of the day that he lost the person that he loved in the world the most, and he almost lost his son.
And this kind of goes along with that. I've noticed that there are no mirrors in your temple. Why?
Oh, well, there are no mirrors because Mortius doesn't like to see himself. He remembers that, and he becomes ashamed and embarrassed. Which actually goes along with the mask. It's a face-shaped mask that goes over his head, and it's a helmet really, and it's chromed, so whenever he's up in somebody's face, they actually see their reflection rather than him seeing himself.
I see. What does Mortius fear most?
I actually don't know. I've never thought about that. The only thing I can think of that he might fear would be losing his son, Brune.
I see. And what is your favorite moment in the life of Mortius?
Oh, there's too many. Actually, I really can't tell you one because I love them all. But I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. And why do you feel Mortius is so respected in JVS?
I think it would have to do a lot with his loyalty. He's a very loyal guy. He'll fight anyone for his friends, no matter what the opposition is, how big of a threat they are. At the risk of his own life, he'll fight with his friends to the death.
I see. Well, that is all the questions I have for you. Thank you.
Anytime. And that concludes our first ever episode of The Man Behind the Mask. I'm your host, Lord Mortious, alongside my ever faithful sidekick, Charen Tyr. Stay tuned for further episodes.
And it's been your pleasure to watch this. Peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe or leave your comments below. Alright, thanks again.